Day 132. Make this quick. Got the Knicks playing at halftime. Playing Boston. They down right now. But it's all good. All right. There we go. I'm gonna get into this video.
People say mental health is important. I try to figure out what exactly do you mean, because when I hear that, what I think you're saying is that we should take care of it and protect it. And if that's the case, then you just proved to me that we, society, we have absolutely no idea what mental health actually is. Because mental health isn't something that you protect. And I keep saying it over and over again. It's something that you use, it's a vehicle. It's not this delicate thing that needs to be sheltered from stress, discomfort, or adversity. It's how you think, feel, and function in response to life, especially during the hard parts. And if your definition of taking care of your mental health means cutting people off, only existing in safe.
Basically, one of the things she's saying is your mental health. You need to strengthen your mental health. Everybody's always concerned about protecting it. It would be no different from saying if you're in a hostile environment constantly and you need to protect yourself. Damn, my fault. You need to protect yourself. Let's just say you in jail, right? You're not protecting yourself by saying, "Hey, I'm just going to stay away from everybody," because the chaos is inevitable. You got to protect yourself by physically getting stronger. You got to get stronger physically. Mental health is what she's trying to say, and I'm gonna let her keep going, but is strengthening your mental capacity to be able to deal with life. You feel what I'm saying? So get stronger. That's how you get more mental health. You get stronger. It's the same thing with real life, right? To get to protect your health overall, you get stronger. You work out, you get stronger. You're able to deal with more. The more having more muscle is shown to having a better lifespan, having less risk of a bunch of different illnesses and things like that. But let's keep going.
Place, setting boundaries, and avoiding anything toxic, you don't have mental health, you have fragility. And here's what people don't want to hear: fragility isn't a flex. It means your ability to handle life is conditioned on things being easy, predictable, or perfectly aligned with your comfort. It means stress destabilizes you instead of stretching you. It means you mistake challenges for threats.
And I've dealt with, shoot, even recently I dealt with this woman who was all about protecting her peace, right? But it wasn't really protecting her peace. It was just not want to be accountable for some of the things that she may do, because all in all, though she wasn't real like argumentative, but she will say something is bothering her, from time to time, but wouldn't want to hear anything in return. Then it becomes, oh, it's arguing. No, it's not arguing. It's just, you know, sometimes people have things that they don't like about you as well. So you disguise it as protecting your peace, but really it's just you don't want to be held accountable for certain things. And it's just a way of you controlling it. And it's a way of you saying, okay, when things don't turn out right, it is his fault because he was the one that was causing the chaos, even though conflict is inevitable. Something I learned a long time ago. Um, Conflict is inevitable. You can't escape it. It's how you deal with it. And you need to have the mental capacity to deal with it. You need to be mentally strong, emotionally intelligent. You need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to listen. All of these different things, and that's how you deal with it. But some people will try to disguise their, oh, I'm just about peace and stuff like that. Look, life isn't like that. Even animals in the wild, in the wild, right? They have threats that they got to worry about. They go through chaotic moments and then they, go back to normal. Um, but people just feel like, oh, if I'm always, if I could just stay away from it, stay away from it, stay away from it, you just keep running instead of learning how to deal with it. Let me keep playing this.
Comfort for danger, and boundaries for personal growth, when all you're really doing is buying yourself time. Mental health should be strong, adaptive, and resilient. But if your mental health requires the world around you to accommodate it, then what you have isn't strength, it's dependence on the right conditions. Okay. So let me ask you.
And this is why people cut so many people out of their life, because they don't like to deal with the world. And, you know, when things get a little hectic, they want to express themselves, but then they don't want to hear it in return. As I said, the person I was dealing with, she you know, she didn't mind saying something, but if it was in return, and it's because, you know, who she was normally with, they didn't express themselves. They never, they, you know, in her words, they were like robots. They didn't express their emotions. That was one thing she liked, that I express myself, that I'm able to give, you know, a detailed explanation on different things. And but when it was something that you really, really just didn't like and you want to be right, now it's, oh, it's a problem. You know, I ain't trying to be arguing on any of that. Listen, I ain't trying to argue either. I don't like it. I'm just not afraid to do it. It doesn't bother me to do it. Now, every argument is not necessary, obviously, but I'm not afraid, excuse me, I'm not afraid to do it. Even if it is uncomfortable, so be it. What are we getting from it? Are we going to work it out, or are we, you know, or we going to realize that, hey, this ain't going to work? So let's have the discussion. Let's have the argument. Plus, my problem is I'm always trying to help somebody still become better versions of themselves. And within that, I'm also looking at myself. Dang. I'm also looking at myself and seeing where I could become better as well. I'm going to keep playing this video. Hold up.
When you say mental health is important, do you actually mean building capacity to handle life? Or do you just mean, I don't want to deal with anything hard anymore? So when people.
And that's what it is. I don't want to deal. If you're one of those people that run from confrontation when it's directed at you, some people run from it altogether. Some people run from it only when it's directed at them. The ones that do it altogether, I think it's a little cowardly. The ones who do it when it's just directed at them, it's hypocritical. You got to be able to take it if you dish it out. And if you don't, if you can't take it, you're always going to have bad relationships with people. You're going to be cutting the whole world out of your life because, let me blow this up, because no one is going to want to deal with that. It's like they can't tell you anything in return. And if you find yourself cutting people out constantly, sometimes you got to look at yourself and see what's going on. Like, is it me that I'm always cutting somebody out? Am I afraid to have uncomfortable conversations when it's directed at me? When somebody comes to me with a problem that they have with me, you know, it's a lot of layers to it. It's a lot of layers. But if you want to build your mental health, get stronger, you know what I'm saying? Have those uncomfortable conversations. Don't run from it, you know. Get better and better by doing it more and more and more. And you'll find that a lot of times there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And then you become better. But running from it is cowardly or hypocritical. Till next time, peace. Gotta go watch the Knicks.